class. We are going to be starting today on our 2-point perspective castle. Just like in all linear perspective, we're going to start off with our horizon line and 2 vanishing points in this case because it is a 2-point perspective drawing. I'm going to start out with that low outer wall. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take and draw to the right side. So the right side of the wall is going to my right vanishing point. The left side of my wall is going to go to the left vanishing point. Just like before, I'm going to end the walls with a nice vertical line and erase out the areas that I don't want or need. That's going to end our walls. Once I'm done erasing here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tower. And I'm going to add a tower over here on the left side to start. That means the part that is parallel to this left wall is going to go to that left vanishing point. The other side of the tower is going to go all the way over to the right vanishing point. That way it'll still line up in 2-point perspective and will create that illusion. Now watch. I'm going to take the right vanishing point and I'm going to create the bottom of the tower where it connects to the wall and the top of the tower. Now I'm going to create a vertical line once again, and that's going to create my tower. Now I need to create the top of this wall. Again, I'm going to use the left vanishing point all the way to the center of the wall, that point, right vanishing point, out to that part, out to the right side. I'm going to do a right-hand tower now. Same thing as the left. The part that's going to the right goes to our right vanishing point. The other side, you guessed it, has to move over to the left. Now, hopefully you can see the wall with 2 towers here. I'm going to add a little bit of a walkway right here where it enters the tower. So you see how the one tower is bigger than the others? I'm going to add a little door. Nothing new here. Same thing, a door on the other side. And there we have a wall with 2 towers. Okay everybody, I'm just going to clean this up and now I'm going to add in the large main building, the keep. I'm going to use the same directions that I've used before. Anything that's going to the right hand side goes to the right vanishing point. Anything going to the left goes to the left hand vanishing point. Now I'm going to add some windows in just by drawing tops and bottoms. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create these windows with a curved edge. Remember, you can have a really nice looking window. You just have to get smaller as they go towards that vanishing point. Clean them up, make them nice. I'm going to do the same thing over here on this side. That curved top, I'm using my lines as a guideline. And they're getting smaller as they go towards the vanishing point. Remember, I am drawing much darker than normal. That's just simply because of the fact that it's easier for my camera to pick it up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a tower on top of this building. So, again, left-hand side goes to the left vanishing point, right-hand side goes to the right vanishing point, just like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, using the top of the tower and a line, I'm going to create some little tooth or brick marks like at the top of a lot of castles, just like this. And there you have it. Okay everybody, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add some more details to this castle. I'm going to add in some special windows. What I'm putting in right now are some crossbow slits. They look like crosses. Again, I'm using the vanishing point on the left-hand side to create that illusion. So I've got those in. I'm going to add some more towers. Now, right now we've got an okay castle, but it could definitely use some more interest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build on this base form. I'm going to add some more towers. There's nothing here that's really different from what we've done before. It's just a matter of making sure that you're lining up with your vanishing points, using that ruler and drawing nice, clean, straight lines. And again, add a little bit of a larger building here in the center of our keep. Gonna tie it in here with the form that's on the right hand side so that it looks like it belongs there. There we go. Now I'm just gonna, jazz it up, put a little bit of details in there with some windows again. Again, nice, neat, clean lines, just like that. Some windows on these outside towers. And our castle is looking pretty good right now. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking at the gate. I'm going to take, again, my ruler. I'm going to create the entrance through my wall here. You can see I've got kind of a barred off gate. The same thing here. Big thing to remember is make sure those lines stay vertical. If they're at an angle, it makes it feel like the wall is tipping either forward or backwards. You don't want to create that effect. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to create kind of a little like check-in or holding pen area. I'm going to just create a small little fence here. And then I'm going to eventually have a guard shack or guard tower right on this outside road, a check-in point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a road using my right hand vanishing point. So it's coming out from that direction. It's going to come out. Next, I'm going to create, again, use my left hand vanishing point, and I'm going to turn it to the right to create a second road. Remember, as those roads go to the vanishing point, they get smaller and smaller. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use again that left hand vanishing point to start. Then I'm going to move over to the right and create that guard shack. I'm going to do something very simple here. I don't need anything elaborate. I'm simply going to draw a rectangular prism. There we go. And then I'm going to add the details to it. I'll add a door. I like to make a little line inside there so you can pretend you're seeing inside of it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply draw a triangle, put a few little angles in there, and make it like it has a slanted roof. Real easy. Just like that. Okay, just a couple last things that I'm going to do. I'm going to add just a few more little like roof access type structures here on the top of these outside towers. Now, one of the things I do here is I draw up, and I'm going to make a little bit of a mistake here. I line it up, and I end right where the corner of this building is. Notice that I ended there. Just move it over a little bit. If you don't, it tends to wreck the illusion of single point or of perspective, linear perspective. Okay, everybody, I'm going to add in some shading here. I'm going to start out by simply dropping in some shadow into these windows. Then I've determined that my light source is on the right hand side, so anything that's going to the left is going to be in shadow. I'm simply using a 4B pencil, nothing fancy. I do like to put down a piece of paper. It just helps me so that I'm not smudging my drawing. And I'm going to start out just simply taking that 4B pencil and shading in, just real simply, those left-hand sides of the building. What that's going to do is that's going to add a lot of contrast between dark and light, and it's going to help to make our building pop as opposed to just being more flat. You know, the lines do a great job, but adding the shading, it cleans up the drawing, it helps to hide your eraser marks, and it really gives it a much neater final appearance. Once I have my building shaded, I'm going to work on this guardhouse a little bit, get some good dark in there, shadow. Then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work on this road. Remember, closer to the castle it's going to be darker. As it goes to the vanishing point, it's going to be much lighter. Same thing right here on the opposite side. And I'm just going to drop in a little color on these gates, and there you have it, our 2-point perspective castle.